My family went to Paris without me. My mom posted the real family together while I paid for the flights, hotel, and tours. I wasn't tagged, and when I found out, I quietly took back everything they used without asking. My name is Nathan. I'm 32, and I never expected a normal Tuesday to turn into one of the most shocking days of my life. I was on my break at work, sitting in my car with a burrito in my lap and my phone in my hand, just trying to scroll through the afternoon and forget about everything else. That's when I saw it. My mom had posted a photo on social media. At first, I thought it was just another filtered smile. Nothing important. But then I clicked on her profile and saw them. My mom, my dad, and my sister, standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, smiling, dressed in matching outfits, posing like a perfect family on vacation. Then I read the caption. Finally, just the real family together. 2 hearts, France. I wasn't tagged. Not a word about me. Every flight, every hotel night, every private tour was paid for by me, my name on every receipt, my card used for everything. They went without telling me, and then my sister sent me a text she meant for my dad. Just 3 words. Checked. That was enough to show me that this trip had been planned without me from the start. They assumed I wouldn't notice or that I would stay quiet because I was too loyal or too distracted. I didn't say anything. I didn't cry or shout. I left work early, went home, opened my laptop, and started canceling every charge. Flights, hotels, tours, restaurant reservations, all reversed. I reported everything as fraud. Then I called my bank and had my card frozen. I didn't reply to any calls or messages. The next morning, my phone blew up with calls from my mom, dad, and sister. 19 missed calls, 7 voicemails. My dad even sent one text. Are you serious? And that was it. No sorry, no let's talk. Just shocked that I had stopped them. After that, I turned my phone off and stayed quiet. Not angry, just done. I went through old bank statements that night and found hundreds of charges over the last 2 years. Meals I never ordered, subscriptions I never used, Amazon packages I never opened. Every small thing they assumed I would never question. I made a spreadsheet, wrote down every charge, every date, every amount, every name next to it. At the bottom, the total was $41,372, and that didn't even include the Paris trip. I didn't send a word. I just canceled every auto payment, every subscription, every shared account. Hulu, Spotify, HelloFresh, my sister's gym membership, even the shared iCloud storage. I did it all quietly. Took a few days for the fallout to start. My sister noticed first. Messages about apps not working, storage not backing up. I ignored them. My dad tried to talk, saying I was making things harder than they needed to be. Still no apology. Then I sent the spreadsheet to the group chat. Just the file. No caption. No comment. Silence followed. For the first time, I realized I was done being the invisible one. The one who paid for everything while they pretended I didn't exist. I was still their son, but I was no longer their safety net. They could handle their own mess from now on. The next morning, I woke up to silence. The family group chat, which my mom still insisted on calling Fam Bam, had gone quiet. Nothing since my sister's passive-aggressive message the day before. Well, now we're stuck in the middle of Paris with nowhere to stay. Hope you're happy. No response from my dad. No response from my mom. And certainly no response from me. That silence worked in my favor. I spent the morning going through more statements, not out of anger, but curiosity. I wanted to see how long they had been taking advantage, how many small charges had gone unnoticed. I found hundreds. Grocery deliveries, subscriptions, flights, random transfers, all my money, all my name, all assumed to be free. I started making a list, writing down every expense, every date, every amount, every person it related to. It took 2 nights to finish, and when I added it up, the total was $41,372. That number was staggering, but it wasn't about the money. It was about respect. They had treated me like I owed them everything, like I was supposed to keep funding their lives without a thank you, without a warning, without a single thought. That was when I made my choice. I was done being silent. I wouldn't shout. I wouldn't block them. I just stopped. I canceled every auto payment. Hulu, Spotify, HelloFresh, my sister's gym, shared iCloud storage, everything. And I didn't say a word. I gave them a few days to realize what had happened. Then the messages started coming. My sister was the first. Anyone else getting kicked out of their apps? Hulu wants me to update payment. Then she messaged me directly. Can you fix the storage thing? My photos won't back up. I ignored it. The next evening, my dad finally texted. Look, we can talk about what happened, but you're making things harder than they need to be. That was when I knew they still didn't get it. I opened the group chat and dropped the spreadsheet I had made. No caption. No explanation. Just the file, titled Everything You Never Paid For. Within 5 minutes, I saw that everyone had read it. And then silence. No typing bubbles. No jokes from my sister. Nothing. They were probably hoping I would cool off and go back to being the reliable one, the one who paid for everything. But they didn't realize that I wasn't angry anymore. I was done. A few days later, my sister slipped up. She posted something in the group chat she clearly didn't mean for me to see. Don't mention the Miami trip yet. He's still pissed. She deleted it almost immediately, but I had seen it. They weren't sorry. They were planning another vacation, probably with my card again, if I hadn't frozen it. I didn't reply to her message. I forwarded it privately to my dad. No words, just a screenshot. 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. My sister texted, seriously, no reply from me. 2 hours later, my mom tried to reach out. I know you're hurt. When you're ready to talk, let me know. Still no apology. Not a single question about how I felt. Just a vague attempt to pretend nothing happened. They were waiting for me to cool down, to go back to paying, back to covering everything like before. But I wouldn't. I had turned off every account, every card, every door they could walk through. They couldn't touch anything without me. I had built a system around them, and now they were trapped. For the first time, they had to carry their own weight. By Saturday, my dad sent a message about the mortgage. I knew exactly what he meant. Years ago, when he lost his job, I had quietly started covering half of their mortgage. It was meant to be temporary, but the payments just kept going, and nobody ever mentioned it again. But now that I had canceled all other payments, they were facing the consequences. I texted back, "What about it?" Took him nearly an hour to respond. I sent one last message, "You'll need to take care of it." Silence. Then a fraud alert popped up for a Target order $287, linked to an old shared account I hadn't touched in years. Diapers, snacks, cleaning supplies, classic mom stuff. They were scrambling, trying to use any door I might have left open. But I had locked everything. Every account, every card, every app they used. Recovery emails changed. Two-factor enabled everywhere. I smiled to myself. They weren't just inconvenienced. They were trapped. By morning, the family group chat lit up again. "Mom, we can't live like this. Please call me." "Dad, this is immature." Nathan's sister, just wow. That was it. No questions. No apology. No accountability. Just shock that I had stopped helping them. So I left the group chat. No words. No explanation. Just quietly hit leave conversation and turned off notifications. I booked a cabin a couple hours away, deep in the woods. No cell service. No Wi-Fi. Just a fireplace, a stack of books, and quiet. I needed space to think, to breathe, to understand what I had done and why it felt so right. I made a list of every bill I had covered, every subscription I had paid, every favor I had done without being asked. One by one, I crossed them out, felt final. I wasn't angry anymore. I was done pretending they hadn't made their choice. The week passed slowly. My phone stayed quiet. No requests, no guilt trips, no subtle nudges. I sat by the fire, read old novels I had forgotten about, and for the first time in years, I felt free. Then a friend from college, Darren, texted me. "Hey, are you really selling your truck?" I froze. I wasn't selling it. He sent a screenshot from Facebook Marketplace. My truck. My exact make, model, year. Same small dent on the passenger side. Same license plate. But the contact number was my sister's. She still had the spare key and garage code. She had tried to sell my truck behind my back. When I got home, the truck was gone. Ring camera footage showed her sneaking in, taking the key, and driving away. I called the police, gave them the video, and reported it stolen. That night, she left a voicemail. "You're seriously going to get me arrested over a car? I was just trying to help Mom and Dad with the mortgage." 2 days later, the police recovered the truck. She had stalled when the buyer asked for the title. Charges were up to me. I didn't press them, not to protect her, but to make it clear she was only free because I allowed it. After that, things began to shift. My dad left a voicemail. "We messed up." My mom sent a handwritten letter, 2 honest pages, admitting they had leaned on me for so long that they forgot I wasn't obligated. No excuses, no guilt, just honesty. It wasn't a fix, but it was a start. Slowly, they began to carry their own weight. My sister sold her handbags. My mom took a retail job. My dad picked up delivery shifts. They started paying back small things I had once covered without being asked. 2 months passed since the Paris trip, the spreadsheet, the truck, and the silence. In that time, things changed quietly. My sister kept her job, sent screenshots of job applications, showed that she was trying. My dad paid a mortgage on his own. My mom texted a picture of her folding shirts at work. No money asked, no favors demanded. For the first time in years, nobody expected me to cover anything. One evening, my mom hugged me. Short, real, unforced. My dad and sister smiled without words. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't feel triumphant. I just breathed. This was what boundaries looked like. I didn't reopen accounts. I didn't start paying bills again. I replied to their messages not as their safety net, but as their son. And that was enough. You don't have to shout to be heard. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Kindness isn't permission. And when you stop confusing the two, people finally learn what respect really means.